We are back, my favorite quiet spots in Disney World Part 2, Hollywood Studios. In my last video, I did Magic Kingdom, so make sure you check that out. But now it's time for Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios can be a pretty tricky park to find like little quiet rest areas, but there is a couple, so let's get into it. First up is Star Wars Launch Bay. This is right by the Disney Junior Play and Dance and the Little Mermaid stage show. Now, before we even get into Star Wars Launch Bay, that whole area is pretty open and there's normally not a lot of people over there. So if you do want some sun, there is a couple benches to sit down and normally it is not crowded. But when you go inside of Star Wars Launch Bay, there is barely no one in there. There's AC, basically like a Star Wars museum. You can meet a couple characters in there. It's like a Star Wars walkthrough museum kind of. It's great to get away from the crowds. It has a lot of AC and barely no one is ever in there. Next up is Muppets Courtyard. Now this whole area is going to be closing permanently in June to make way for Monsters Inc. Monsteropolis. But while it's there, that area is normally pretty dead. There's some benches around Muppets Courtyard. Second floor in Pizza Rizzo, normally no one's ever up there. And there's AC in there. Or you can see Muppets 3D Vision. This whole area in general, anything you do here, it's pretty dead. Maybe once we get into May and June, it may get a little busier before it closes permanently. But for right now, this is a good resting area. And number 3 is kind of the walking path in between Galaxy's Edge and Toy Story Land. If you see, there's like a little nook right over here, and it is shaded, and there is some seats over here. The seats are basically built into the concrete, but there's still seating over here. This area doesn't get too crowded except when people are exiting or entering Toy Story Land or Galaxy's Edge. But for the most part, it's pretty dead. Also, I know there's seating up here too. They added a couple months ago. So I enjoy this area. I like actually getting my food over at Woody's Lunchbox and then coming over here to eat. Again, it's shaded, there's some seats, and normally there's not a lot of people over here. Again, always make sure to take breaks throughout your Disney World day, especially because the parks can be very overstimulating and hot. Just know if you sit down and rest, you'll have more fun later.